But I always say sustainability is not like from A to B. Like sustainability is a path, it's a journey,
Yes.
It's not a destination.
Yes.
It's a little bit like happiness,
Yes.
right?
Every great travel journey begins with a question. Where to next? And how do we protect what makes it beautiful? Welcome to the Conscious Check-In, the podcast where sustainable hospitality, unforgettable travel, and bold conservation stories collide. I'm your host, Amy Wald, and this is your Conscious Check-In. This episode of the Conscious Check-In is brought to you by Pasta Life, real pasta straws that are plastic-free, compostable, and ocean-safe. They come in multiple sizes, can even feature your logo, and are guaranteed to spark guest conversations. Make every drink unforgettable. Learn more at pasta.life.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Green Hospitality Talks with Amy Wald. We are here at the Palms Hotel and Spa in Miami Beach, and I'm with Tanya Morariu. I've been practicing. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. It's so nice to have you.
Thank you. It's so nice to have you and be haved. I am so excited for this conversation because this is truly what happens when a hotel decides in one of the busiest, most competitive markets that sustainability is not a trend, but it is really part of their identity. And you've been here from the beginning. Absolutely. And we're going to rehash that over the next 30 minutes. And hopefully you can learn some things, maybe some mistakes along the way, or where you found those struggles. And also for those listeners out there that are looking for their next sustainable luxury travel inspiration, this is it. This is the best hotel. But without further ado, so Tanya, your role here is marketing director and sustainability director as well.
Yeah, correct.
How did those two things merge, and what is the benefit to having those two positions sit in the same vein? Because there are some naysayers out there that say that position shouldn't be together, but with a collection like Beyond Green,
right,
who it is truly, and if you don't know Beyond Green, we're going to link it below. They are pioneers
right
in today's world. I mean, you guys are visionaries back in the day, but how did they decide, or this place decide, or you decide that position was meant to be together, marketing and sustainability?
Well, as I mentioned to you, it all came out of marketing,
Okay.
right? But
Gotcha.
in order to be part of Beyond Green, or to be part of, for example, Green Key or Green Globe that we had before, now we have 4 Green Keys. That is not just marketing. Absolutely not. Like, we have auditors. I had a 5-hour audit with Green Key where every little single aspect is discussed. A lot of people might think that sustainability is just, wording. But in reality, those properties like the Palms that are Green Key certified or part of Beyond Green, we get audited. We have to go through a really rigorous process of certification. And it's not only environmental sustainability, which a lot of people say is sustainability. I mean, social, economic, and the community, the way we are in the community also plays a really big role, especially with Beyond Green.
So you get double audited. So Green Key, which is a certification body, is auditing you, and then also Beyond Green is auditing you as well.
Correct.
There's no hiding there.
There's no hiding. No, absolutely not. And Beyond Green, actually, they come back every 2 years, and they actually send somebody here who spends time with us for 3 days. They go back of the house, front of the house, interview me, interview all the managers, just to make sure that we're walking the walk and talking the talk, right? Not only talking the talk.
But what I find interesting is, and this is a lot of my work too, is I think when your marketing department understands sustainability,
right,
and vice versa, I think it makes the job easier, more streamlined, and the communication to the guest becomes much easier, and you can figure out really what those levers are that are driving the next initiatives you do. Do you find that also?
Well, absolutely. I mean, knowing what I know what I can and cannot communicate, you know, and oftentimes there's things happen, for example, that we're doing, and then suddenly we're no longer doing because whatever, we can no longer get the local snapper because the snapper, whatever, you know.
Sure.
But my kitchen continues communicating, oh, we have this local. I'm like, no, we don't have this local, you know, we can't communicate that because we're greenwashing. So right. So I'm a little bit like the policeman. And that's why it's good that
Yes.
I am in the brand and
Yes.
the marketing department, because I know what I can and cannot do. And the last thing I want to do is to greenwash.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And I'm always like, are you sure that our local sources are still the local sources we're advertising, you know?
Yeah.
And those kind of things. So,
and you know, I know that greenwashing is out there and there are a lot of professionals that watch this, but there's also a lot of travelers. And I don't know that everybody even understands what greenwashing means. And essentially, what does greenwashing mean?
when people or companies actually claim that they're doing something sustainable and they're not,
Yes.
right? So, for example, they say, oh, we're 100% plastic free. We had that thing, like we have our goal, our mission is to be 100% disposable plastic free, which unfortunately is impossible.
Yes.
In the United States. But it is still our mission and our goal. So we
Sure.
keep on, so we need to find a way to communicate it where we're not saying, oh, we're 100%, because we're not. We're
Yes.
never going to be 100%,
Yes.
but it is our mission to be as close as possible to those 100%.
And still talk
you know?
about, you know, having goals, whether
Right.
you're a person or a company, you have
Right.
to have things to strive for.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. I love
Absolutely.
that.
Yeah.
So, okay. So you mentioned something that I find interesting, that so things change, right, in the marketplace. So you were able to get sustainably caught, you know, whatever that fish was, and now you're not. So what are some additional things that you have found that you have struggled with, you've wanted to implement, and you couldn't for whatever reason?
Oh my goodness, like one of the biggest ones is composting,
Okay.
right? In Miami and Miami Beach, there is no commercial, in all of Florida, there is no commercial compost. So that is one of my biggest pet peeves when people say, or like my biggest greenwashing examples is when companies, like all these producers of the disposable
Cups. Yes.
oh, this is 100% compostable. Yeah, awesome, but not in Florida,
Yeah.
right? Because the trash ends up on the landfill. So, but in Miami, we have a compost program. It's run by Compost for Life, which is it's a grassroots program run by a local resident. He works with the farmers down in Homestead, and we've been composting with them since November. I think it's been over 43,000 pounds of compost. And what I love is that we actually started composting our bioplastic cups. Now, bioplastic, I would love to get away from them,
Yes.
but I can't. I have a beach, and we tried it with acrylic reusable cups. It was just not possible,
Yeah.
and it was too expensive. They went walk away, and we couldn't deal with it. So we are doing bioplastics, but now we are actually composting these bioplastics through Compost for Life. But they have to be BPI certified. They have to be from World Centric or from another BPI certified company, and we can then compost them with this backyard composting program, and it happens in 5 months. They then get composted into soil. So I'm super excited about that.
Congratulations. I know that has been one of the things you really wanted to,
Yes. Mhm.
to engage in, and you found a solution.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to, if you're a hospitality professional, to consider, first of all, sustainability isn't a one size fits all. It also matters where you are geographically, right? You're going to have different demands based on your social goals, your ecosystem, your surroundings of what is the most important thing to do, or what's even attainable.
Right.
So it's like taking someone else's strategy doesn't make sense.
It doesn't work. No.
Now, I think collaborating with your peers does, and learning from their mistakes or their wins or whatever it is. And then the other thing I think that you brought up that's so important is do your research. Just willy-nilly throwing something in there, such as choosing a product because it says it does this or that. Take extra time to figure out that if it's the right product, the right solution, and then you don't have to backtrack.
Right. Exactly.
After you've
and you also
implemented it.
have to push your suppliers, like your the waste haulers. You know, the waste haulers love saying that they pick up recycling. Yeah. You know, so unfortunately, you know, we're at a point now where we are actually, because I think first you start with sustainability and you're like, okay, we're going to implement a recycling program. Awesome. Yay. Everybody's recycling. Right. And then you realize, oh yeah, we're recycling, but the guys picking up our recycling aren't really recycling. They're not really doing what they're doing. And they might be doing with aluminum what they say that they're doing, but the rest is going wherever. So then you start, and that is the next step. But I always say sustainability is not like from A to B. Like sustainability is a path, it's a journey, you know,
Yes.
it's not a destination.
Yes.
It's a little bit like happiness,
Yes.
right?
At the Conscious Check-In, we believe in celebrating the little details that make a big impact and elevate the guest experience. That's why we're proud to spotlight one of our favorite eco-innovations, Pasta Life. These straws, made from real pasta, aren't just plastic-free. They're compostable, ocean-safe, and guaranteed to spark guest conversations. Available in a variety of sizes to suit every sip. And yes, you can even brand them with your logo for that extra touch guests will remember. If you've been searching for the perfect alternative to plastic or those flimsy replacements that just don't do the job, look no further. Mention Amy for a free sample. Not only will your guests love them, but they'll keep coming back for more drinks and even more pasta. Make every drink unforgettable. Learn more at pasta.life.
I love that.
So it takes, and every time you say, oh, now I'm really sustainable, there's always a little further that you can go, you know, and then you're going to start asking your, you know, your suppliers and your third party, and like, why is this all like, why are you wrapping every individual thing in plastic? Like, why can't you wrap it in paper? Like, why do you, you know, like asking all those questions. But that, I always tell hotels that or other organizations that want to start sustainability on their path to sustainability, it's like you don't have to do everything. Like you don't have to start measuring your carbon emissions. To be honest with you, we struggle with that.
Yes.
We've been doing it for years because it's really, really hard.
Yes.
Because especially if you're an old property that you don't have all those systems in place, it's hard to do. But you don't know, it's great if you can do it, right? But if you can't, start small.
Yes.
Get rid of plastic water bottles, right? Use aluminum water bottles or whatever. Put water refill station. Just start little, and then you do the next step and the next step and the next step. And that's how, like, we are here, whatever, 15 years later, and we're still, you know, on our path.
Well, and hopefully sustainability will become the standard.
Absolutely.
And so there will be
100%.
something beyond that. And so we
Right.
know it is going to be this constant evolution
Right.
and journey, just like technology and
Right.
anything else
Mhm.
out there.
Absolutely.
But you brought up another really great point, which is, and I know hoteliers out there are probably going to roll their eyes at this, but this is why it's so important to talk to your suppliers, right?
Mhm.
Half of the battle is getting the marketplace on board.
Right.
And the only way they are going to do that is if they know that you're going to require it,
Mhm.
or if you're starting to ask those questions. So using
Right.
the waste haulers is a great example.
Mhm.
If a lot of hotels are starting to hold them accountable and
Mhm.
say, we need to know that you're really doing what you're saying you're going to do,
Yeah.
then it's going to happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So you need to do that. And then, as you say, you know, sustainability is just going to become more and more important. I mean, we see it in all the research, right? I mean, the consumer wants it. They want to not only feel that they're not impacting badly the environment by staying in the place that they're staying, but they also want to make sure that they're giving back to the community that they're staying in. So we see that part of sustainability, the whole community impact, is actually really important, you know. And we always try to give back to like local nonprofits, like we work with Blue Scholars Initiative through our Do Good Feel Good package, and we work with the Everglades Foundation through our Wild Side package, and so forth. So there's always little things that you can do in order to give back to the community and the local grassroots, like organizations that do something for the environment or for the community or for society at large.
And I think that's how you start to build yourself up as a pillar in the community. You start, you know, the locals look at you differently than just a business when you're paying attention to what the local community actually needs.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. I one of my favorite stories from this year as well is that we started this program called Think Green for our staff, right? Which is like the local community, right?
Yeah.
All of our staff are locals, and we started this little program, which is a little card with like 10 little boxes, and they can win a little butterfly for every good sustainable thing that they do, right? This has gained so much momentum in all of our departments that we're giving away, like, for every full ticket, like every full card, they get a $10 gift. So that can be a movie ticket, it can be something, it's something little, it's a little reward, but they love it. Everybody loves it. you
Yep.
know?
Everybody wants to know they're
Yes.
giving back.
Yes.
That's I mean,
Yes.
it's charity.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. And it's really like resonating with our staff.
I
And
love to hear that.
it's
You know,
great.
Stay Pineapple does something similar. They give
Mhm.
pineapple chunks, they call them, but they're like worth money when an employee engages in something and fulfills something.
Oh,
and
lovely.
same thing, that the engagement has gone through the roof. So
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be something
No.
really monumental
No.
that you are doing.
No.
It's part of it is just the recognition, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And and then also like establishing a program of goal setting for our managers and directors as well. That has come a long way, you know. So we've come a long way in sustainability, but you know, one little step at a time.
Yes. Well, I can't believe you've been here the whole time. I mean, that's really incredible. And you should be so proud of that. Yes.
But we have like also a great management team and great ownership who actually believe in the mission, right? So
and you have to in a place like this, right? We have no more time for oceanfront places and feeling the impacts. So let's touch really quickly on Beyond Green. I am such a fan of Beyond Green. So Costas Chris, who started Beyond Green, I have been just a fangirl of his forever. I had him on my other podcast a couple of years ago, but he started Beyond Green. They are a subsidiary, I guess you would call them, of the Preferred Hotel Group.
They're a brand that belongs to Preferred. It's called Preferred Travel Group now. And that's like the umbrella brand. And then you have Preferred Hotels and Resorts as one arm, and then you have Beyond Green Hotels. That brand was also acquired by Preferred, but then they have PTG Consulting, and then they have historic
hotels.
So they have different brands,
Gotcha.
and Beyond Green is one brand, and Preferred Hotels and Resorts is the other brand, and we are actually both. We're both Preferred and Beyond Green.
So talk to us about what benefits have you seen by being a part of that collection?
Oh my gosh, there's a lot of benefits. I mean, we have the opportunity to interact with peers, with people who are doing sustainability all over the world. I mean, some of these properties are doing already sustainability much longer than we are. They're doing it better, and some are doing it not as good, you know. And we collaborate. We learn a lot from each other. We promote each other, right? And we're about 60 properties throughout the world now that belong to Beyond Green. And yeah, I think as a brand, because we're a small independent hotel, right? And these hotels also are small hotels. So Beyond Green not only gives you like a stamp of approval that, you know, we have audited you guys. It's based on the Global Sustainable Tourism Council, on their criteria. Because of course, Costas Christ, who founded Beyond Green, is one of the founders of the Global Sustainable Tourism Council, and of course, right? So they have done this whole criteria that you need to comply to in order to become a certified Beyond Green hotel. So apart from that stamp of approval, it is actually also a way to say, you know, we're part of this collection of what this portfolio of the world's most sustainable hotels, and their team helps us, I mean, as a small independent hotel, also promote us in other parts of the world.
Right. So lots of marketing benefits and branding
benefits, PR, those kind of things, you know.
Oh, we have a little friend over there. The benefits of being outside.
I always like calling them our snowbirds, our real snowbirds, but it's snowbirds aren't here anymore right now.
But what are snowbirds?
Well, snowbirds are what we call the people who come from the north.
The people.
But this is a real snowbird. It's a real bird.
It's a real bird. We like real birds. I'm probably a snowbird from Ohio.
Yes. It's not snowing up there now, though.
It's not. Oh, God. Thank God. Okay. So let's move into, I want to talk a little bit about guest experience and impact. So, you know, the jury's still out. I know there's a lot of hotels out there and leaders that are saying guests aren't asking for it. Guests, you know, we don't want to invest in it. What are some, and it doesn't have to be, this is a candid conversation. This is how we learn. What are some of the benefits, or what's some of the feedback that you have found with guests? Are you hearing communication from them?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, with the guest reviews, we get a lot of comments in terms of our sustainability program. We have, for example, we have these toilets that are eco-friendly, so you flush it and it uses, clean water. You wash your hands, and then the gray water goes into the container, and then the container is used to flush the next time you go to the restroom.
Okay.
So guests comment upon that.
Interesting.
They do at times. Some don't understand it.
Yeah.
And others do. But
Okay.
but
it doesn't take away from the guest experience,
Oh,
because
no,
I
absolutely
stayed there
not.
and it's not like you
No.
have like a gray water tank sitting there.
No, not at all. Then we have things like we have pasta straws. We have straws that are made of pasta. And at first people were like, "Oh, this is weird." But when you tell them it's pasta, they're like, "Oh
They
my
love
God, it's
it.
pasta. This
Yeah.
is amazing," So
Oh,
they
that's
love,
cool. I
know
love that.
Yeah, they love that. And something else that, especially the little ones, the kids love the fill a bucket program. We have this program where kids can go and fill a bucket with trash from our beach. They're hard pressed to find that much trash, but sometimes they do. We're also a little lenient, if they fill half a bucket, it's fine. But we give them a gelato in return of their bucket, and that gets a lot of great response from the kids. So yeah, I think people appreciate the fact that we have like an in-room energy management system, and they like all of these initiatives that we're giving back to the community.
And when you can touch on a family's plan and get their kids involved, man, you are a winner through and through, right?
Absolutely.
And you're teaching the little ones, so that's so smart.
I mean, we also do community cleanups twice a year, once for Earth Day and once for the International Coastal Cleanup. Actually, it's coming up on the 20th of September.
Okay.
But then during any time, people can do beach cleanup with the fill a bucket.
And I'll tell you, one of the things I just love about what you have been able to do is the very tasteful ways that your messaging conveys your mission and the things you're doing. It's kind of understated. It's not right there in your face, but you know it. There isn't a bunch of paper everywhere. There isn't, a bunch of teaching, but you're making sure that they're engaged and they understand all of the things that are going on behind the scenes to make this a more sustainable, less impact on the environment.
Absolutely. I mean, on our website, we have a sustainability page where you can read up on all the sustainability initiatives that we do have. But we then also have a link actually for our guests to see how can I be more sustainable, right? Even before I get there.
Yep.
And while I'm there, like what are the things that I can do? So we try to give them some guidance, some ideas without, as you said, pointing the finger, because we don't want to point a finger.
No.
We just want to, give them some inspiration.
And it's their vacation. So no one's here to, teach them anything. We want to bring them along on the journey. Right.
Exactly.
Okay. So the future, what are you most excited about for your property, in the future? Maybe, I don't know if you can tell us all those secrets, but do you have a vision, or how do you see the future unfolding when it comes to sustainability?
Oh my goodness, there's just so many things.
Yeah.
I mean, one of them that I want to expand imminently is composting even further, like in our cafeteria, in the banquets department. But it's always a matter of, do I have space? How do I manage that? Right. So that is in my next step goals. Definitely water management, finding out ways to save water even more.
Okay.
I mean, we have low flow showers and low flow faucets and things like that, but what else can we do?
Sure.
So maybe bringing in like a specialist who can help us with that. Always energy management. I mean, my big dream is to have solar panels someday, but that is not only up to me, but we'll see. And personally, I also want to do more in the community. Yeah. We are doing things like, for example, we're working with the Little Lighthouse Foundation for our managers. We're actually going there in August and doing a few hours of service.
Okay.
We've done the St. Jude cancer walk. We're trying to be more involved in those kind of things as well, and I'm looking forward to just do more of that and finding ways to continue promoting local entrepreneurs. Like just this morning I was like, oh my God, I found out about this local vodka, like vodka. I mean, you wouldn't think vodka is from Miami, but there's a local vodka. Maybe there's a way that we can promote it in one of our cocktails, always pushing the envelope to be able to promote the community more. And Miami has come a long way.
Yes.
Since I started with sustainability, and not only are they investing in their communities and in their neighborhoods, but actually the Greater Miami Convention and Visitors Bureau, as Visit Miami, they are actually on a big mission to sustainability. They've determined 5 sustainable development goals that they want to work on, and they're actually subsidizing their members to become Green Key certified. So with that, they're thinking if our members are sustainable, then they're going to make the destination more sustainable.
Absolutely.
Is it going to fix all of the issues that might be present, infrastructurally or et cetera here in Miami? Probably not, but maybe it'll push.
Absolutely.
It will push it in the right direction.
Absolutely. So, it can't hurt anything,
no,
right?
Exactly.
And it gets that conversation going, which I think is, so incredibly important.
Absolutely.
That's great as a destination, because that is a win-win for the destination, which means it's a win for the hotels and just business all around, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've got a little lightning round here.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. So most outrageous, doesn't have to be about sustainability. What's your most outrageous, thoughtful, memorable hospitality story? Do you have one?
Oh my goodness.
And we can come back, or you can say skip.
We can come back to it. I
Okay.
need to think. I need like 2 minutes to think about
All
that.
right. Okay. So what do you think it means to be a visionary hotelier in 2025 and beyond?
You're asking all these
All right.
A visionary. Well, to be a visionary hotelier in 2025 and beyond, you need to really have your pulse on time and see what's happening in the world around you, and I think AI is going to be an enormous influence in all of our lives. So just seeing how you can capitalize on that, not only in terms of sustainability, but in terms of pretty much everything
Absolutely.
that we do, in terms of operation, in terms of marketing.
Yep.
So I think that is going to be, and then being a visionary is actually finding that one thing that nobody else has thought about. So what's that going to be?
I know. Well, and again, I think as sustainability becomes more of a standard, how are you going to stand out? How are you going to carve out your value proposition to your guests, and so that they do want to come here? And I think I'd like to challenge, hotels to think about that, because that, I believe, is what our future looks like.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, sustainability is it is an integral pillar of what we do. But our whole philosophy is well-being inspired by nature, which is way bigger than sustainability. Sustainability is one pillar that supports it, but wellness and our whole well-being, offering our wellness offering through our spa and through the cuisine that we offer, and our whole family friendliness, that's like something that supports us as well. So you're right. I mean, sustainability is something that can't carry you. It'll be a given at some point.
Absolutely.
Everybody is going to be sustainable, so you can be even more sustainable. So you're going to have to push yourself and be like, oh, and this is what we're doing in the community, and this is, because the normal things like being light saving, energy saving, or water saving, it's just going to be the status quo.
Yep.
Right.
And you know what? I want to go. We could stand here and talk all day long. I don't want to keep everybody, but you do have an incredible spa, and this place is very wellness focused. And I just believe sustainability and wellness goes hand in hand. Don't you?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, wellness for your body, wellness for the environment. I mean, it just goes hand in hand.
Absolutely. So when you're thinking about coming here, remember, you can take advantage of this beautiful Aveda spa. It is absolutely gorgeous. I love Aveda. Everything smells so good in there.
And it's the brand that, has integrity, and it also gives back to the world that they live in. They care for the world that we live in. So that's why it just fits with our, I know, right?
Yes.
We picked it specifically.
Okay. So last one.
Yes.
Finish this sentence. Sustainability in hospitality matters because.
Sustainability in hospitality matters because. Well, sustainability in tourism matters because.
Love it.
We employ over 300 million people all around the world. And if we become sustainable, they become sustainable, or have sustainability ingrained in their mindset. And then we can promote it out and hopefully make a more sustainable world. That's why it matters.
You know what? When I came up with that question, Thanks. Chat helped me. I'm not going to lie. I thought everybody would answer it the same. You literally just gave me goosebumps, not to get really weird, but everybody answers it the same. That was such a great answer.
But everybody answers it like that?
No. Oh, I meant different.
Oh,
Gosh,
right.
I'm caught up in the moment. No, everybody answers it differently.
Really?
And that was such a beautiful, I wasn't expecting that, but it's so true.
Oh,
it's so true because the whole goal is that we're preserving places and animals.
Well,
and
actually,
everything.
I'm doing a course for Cornell course, which is called Sustainable Destination. Destination management or destination development.
Okay.
Anyway, so I started that course yesterday for the second time because I didn't finish it the first time. And they talk a lot about, and it's destinations. And ultimately it is about destinations because people come to visit destinations. That's why for me it's so important that Miami is doing something for the sustainability, because I might be as sustainable as I want to be, but if the rest of this destination isn't,
you're exactly right.
Right? People, aren't going to come here anymore.
No. And the days of, I think hiding people from what's going on beyond the walls of the hotel or the cruise ship or whatever it is, those days are over. Yeah. So it is so important. I'm so thankful that you brought that up because it really is so important. Okay. Last question.
What? I thought that was
I know. I lied. So do you have like a destination or a hotel or someplace that you're dying to go to?
Oh my goodness. I do have a destination. I have many destinations. Oh gosh. I want to go to Norway. I want to go to Iceland.
Okay.
I love hiking. When I'm not, living in the tropics, I actually like being a little cold and seeing mountains.
Coolcations are like the new thing.
For sure. Give me a coolcation anytime.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So Norway, Iceland, Japan, like culturally very, very different. I love that. Those are like on the top of my list right now.
Okay.
But hotels, oh my God, there's too many to mention.
There are too many.
There's such amazing hotels out there. So
my husband said, I'm ready, let's plan a vacation. And I'm like, oh no, the rabbit hole begins. I'll just like go down a hole and who knows where I'll end up.
Well, I have to say one of my favorite destinations is actually in the US, and I've traveled a lot, but in the US, the national parks are
incredible.
Hands down, some of the best places I've seen in my life, like Glacier National Park.
I have not been to Glacier.
Yellowstone, and
Yosemite. I
haven't been to Yosemite,
and I haven't been to Yellowstone.
So Yellowstone is amazing. Grand Tetons, Glacier, Arches, Canyonlands, Bryce. I've been to all of them, and they're amazing. And I'd go back in a heartbeat.
Yes.
So
that and those are, gosh, that's just a different type of vacation, but they're
and not to forget the Everglades National Park and Biscayne Bay National Park. But the Everglades, they're very near and dear to my heart since COVID, because the nature there, and it's right around the corner from the hotel. So.
And I interviewed Laura from the Flamingo.
Flamingo Everglades.
Yes.
Oh, I love them. I go glamping there all the time.
Oh my gosh, I've never been. Okay, you inspired me. I really want to go there.
Don't go now because it's closed now.
Okay.
Well, no, it's not closed. You can just, they don't have beds in there.
Okay.
They have beds between November and beginning of May.
Okay.
I believe. And you do have mosquitoes, and yes, you're going to need mosquito repellent, but the nature, take a kayak. It's so beautiful. So beautiful. I've even done like a 12-mile hike, like 6 miles out and 6 miles back. It's straight. It's pretty hot. Take a lot of water, but the nature and the kayaking through like the mangroves, it's beautiful.
Yes.
The birds there, the sunset. It's just fantastic.
Yes. I think we could have our own podcast.
I know.
We could just talk about different destinations.
Let's do it. I love it. I think it's a great idea.
All right. She's coming back.
For sure.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Standing out here. We would like to say that it's nice and cool, but it's not. It's really hot.
Actually not that sweaty.
No, we're not.
It would have been worse.
Thank you very much. Thank you for all you're doing. And I loved our conversation.
Thank you.
Can't wait to see you again.
Absolutely.
Please like and subscribe. We can't do it without your support. And we will see you next time on Green Hospitality Talks. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye. That was your Conscious Check-In. Until next time, travel deeper and stay inspired. And don't forget to subscribe, share, and let us know who you'd love to hear from next. The future of travel and the planet depends on it.